транслировать игру. Ой, ну пиздец. АБС починить стоит, а я не могу, да? Ну, так, ладно, с этим мы разобрались. Ага, так, да, я прошелся круголем.
I'll be with you, friend. I'm Ernie, from the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Town sent me hereabouts to check on the guards. Now, it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it seems to me they're all dead. Mind telling me what happened here? Altercation, you say? Shame as that goes. Spacer's Choice policy strictly prohibits dying during work hours. Guess I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company properties scattered about, bleeding out on the dirt.
Прости, я все забрал.
Is that an official Spacer's Choice spacecraft on an official Spacer's Choice landing pad? Do I look like an automechanical sanitation unit? The answer to both questions is no.
Противный голос.
You'll want to amble on over to Edgewater at your earliest convenience. Constable's office might have work for someone with your, let's just say, aggressive disposition. Oh, and be sure to stop by the Edgewater Provisioner for a can of salt tuna. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice.
Пошел нахуй. Ты мне не нравишься. Тебя же можно грохнуть, да? А вот мне просто интересно, что ты будешь делать? Я взял их снаряжение. Ну ладно, хуй с тобой, разбирайся тут сам. Так. Карта. Ну, не такой уж большой рай. Ладно, я, видимо, просто чего-то не знаю. Да, навык быстрого путешествия вкачать обязательно. Так, и как лучше до тебя дойти? Ну, пойдем сюда, хули. Эй, мародер. Хочешь, покажу прикол? Не знаю, насколько он тебе понравится. Ты кого-то убил. Это нехорошо. Единственное, что мне не нравится, то что урон совсем не чувствуется. Как в Вольфенштайне, блядь. Тебя убивают, а ты даже не в курсе про это. А что будет, если подняться наверх? Ладно, подождите. Мне понравилось вот это вот углубление. Вид космоса, конечно, очешуенный. На берегу есть что-нибудь интересное? Живность какая-то. Пойдем посмотрим. Главное, блять, не умереть при спуске. Ты используешь те же боеприпасы? Ой, блядь. Интересно, а насколько тебя тяжело убить? Не то чтобы я был против животных. Но ты же тут этот альфа, значит, я хочу быть альфой. Ёб твою мать! Плохая идея, да? У тебя есть что-то особенное? Нихера. О, стоямба. А у тебя? А я могу выкопать? Хочу копать! Сука. Нельзя. Ладно. Нельзя, значит нельзя. Корабль? Интересно, есть тут что? Интересненько. Пистолета я заебу. Это что за звук был? Ага, невидимая стена. Бомба. Жаль, ты не умеешь карабкаться, друг мой. Ладно, ну ладно. Пойдемте. Куда нам там надо было? Кажется, я поступил не... Нормально, можно подняться. Можно? Сука, что? Вот, блять, с залезанием тут, конечно, проблемы. Сука. Ладно, РПГ старой школы. Ой, ну все понятно. Так, ладно. Не хочу застреливать. Эджвотер. Эй, привратник. Нахуй мне ваши лопаты? Срок вашей подписки на новостную рассылку Ассоциации гробовщиков истек. Мы бы хотели напомнить, что пришло время обновить подписку. Если вы сделаете это сейчас, то бесплатно получите последнее издание ежеквартальной официальной газеты нашей ассоциации «Лопата за лопатой». Охуенно. Так, отдел кадров. Кладбище Эджуотера является собственностью компании «Просто космос». Семья «Просто космоса» заботится о своих членах от колыбели и до могилы. И чё? А как... А, вот. Удобные просторные участки. Ладно. Счет за похороны. Что, получилось? Хуя себе, я просто... Причина смерти: производственная травма. Статус захоронения успешно размещена на участке на СЦ. Плата за похороны внесена. Примечание грусть. Вот эти не было ни одной... Не было одной руки. Сбросил 5 винтов со стоимости погребальных работ по доброте душевной. И ты просто, блядь, этот... Мистер Щедрость, я бы сказал. Закройся. Это эмулятор окна, что ли? Или что это, блядь? А, сюда зайти нельзя, да? Итак, мы дошли до первого города, чтобы найти запчасть для двигателя. Как это похоже на вестерн? Вестерн в космосе, блин, охуенно. Что нужно еще для прекрасного пятничного вечера? Эй, что скажешь? Я выгляжу так же, как ты. О, еще и музыка крутая.
Heard something outside the walls today.
Nothing for us outside those walls. You ought to know that.
Spacer's choice takes care of its own.
Окей, братан, как скажешь. А это что? Буфет? Ну, я бы не сказал, что это буфет.
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us, Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have another zero-G.
Его подход мне нравится. Ну ладно, оставим вас пока что здесь.
I've got some time. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Вот и поговорили. Вряд ли ты просто так, этот, как он называется, NPC.
You're safer inside the wall.
Всем здрасте. Меня зовут Алекс Хортон. Блять. Фу-фу-фу-фу-фуф. Что это за склад такой? Что? Торгуют. Как в борде. Лифт, мы едем вверх.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Ага, и чё же вы тогда загружаете туда?
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Ну, давайте подождем.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Ты дебил?
Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker? Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got isn't hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Вот да, почти заброшено это как.
I'm not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Good Lord, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Ну, хорошо,
Great. I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Напарники. У вас новый напарник. Плюс напарники обеспечивают поддержку в бою. Их навыки улучшают ваши навыки. Они увеличивают вашу грузоподъемность. С помощью навыка вдохновения можно открывать особые боевые умения напарника. Прекрасно. Ага. Сохранимся. Ну, на всякий случай. Так, только... Ладно, хорошо, погнали. Ебать ты быстрая.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Ну, давай.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of it's his job and what all, but...
Кто бы сомневался, что он говорит не всю правду.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper
Семья не
about.
без урода.
Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. They're neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
А твой отец был умным чуваком, я так скажу. Так, это что? Ботаническая лаборатория. Викарий. Ну, пойдем. А что это значит?
I'm going. Sorry, I can't.
В смысле, I can't?
Sure.
Ага. А, ну да, можно раздавать им команды. Ну-ка. Ой, бля! Ети твою коня. Так. Я не совсем это планировал. Попробовал, блять, называется.
Mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk?
Ты, может, выйдешь?
Sorry. Oh, to Mr. Tom. Thanks, mister. That's what my dad used.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
He's off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
Вот ты пидор. Не, слушай, вариант с тем, что ты бы его угандонил, мне нравится больше. Но музыка мне тут очень сильно нравится, но самое чистое здание, ёб твою мать, тогда какие здания все остальные? Вот это почище будет, ну, хотя, блядь, понятно, дирекция. Ну, как управление. Знаешь, что странно? Вот это вот круглая карта здесь. Отвечаю, она тут не просто так.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you around here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you. Work fortifies the spirit.
Да, конечно.
Yes, what is it?
you're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town. I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but a new worker without paperwork? Unheard of. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here. Except for Ms. Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town. Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here. Yes. And thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Ясно, понятно, может, будем закругляться.
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Как говно.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here. Any progress on that? Please. A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large. Though I understand why a collector would desire, because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony, appreciation of the written. They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about...
Ну, по-настоящему стоит лишь лентяй, я согласен.
What would you like to discuss?
Ладно, хер с тобой. Уже расцвело. Так, ну, первое впечатление об игре, конечно, положительное, потому что лично мне давно не хватало РПГ старой школы после Divinity 2. Ничего не было, ну, хотя бы более-менее похоже. Так, стоп, я с другой стороны вышел. И идти твою коня. Ну ладно. Ну, пока всю составляющую РПГ не удалось оценить, но будем в процессе. А пока, наверное, мы прервемся, продолжим, наверное, где-то через час. К нам присоединится как раз наш второй боец нашего отряда. И продолжим.